Russell Terrier was called Minton because on the way to the rescue centre, Ben heard a terrible joke on the radio about a dog called Minton who'd swallowed a shuttlecock. He'd been a bad dog. Bad Minton. Bad Minton! Ben had yelled gleefully. That is the best name for a dog. They'd been driving out of Longhampton, just past the big cherry tree that flooded the crest of the hill with a champagne pop of pink blossom. It was 3 years ago, on the Maybank holiday, the first day Ben had taken off in months. Juliet could remember exactly how he'd looked as he'd turned in his seat, brown eyes crinkling with the rubbishness of the joke. Badminton! Do you get it, Jules? Badminton! That moment stuck in Juliet's mind because of two things that were so typically Ben. One was the giggle that bubbled unexpectedly out of his rugged outdoorsy frame, an infectious delight that had always made her smile too, from the first time she'd heard it, over an equally terrible joke, at school. The other was the cherry tree. Ben loved it. He was a landscape gardener and had a geeky passion for trees in general, but that one was his favourite in the whole town. They never drove past it in spring without him making her promise that if he died before her, she'd have a big cherry tree planted so at least she could look at the cascading ballerina skirt blossom and be happy, once a year. Juliet couldn't bear to think about that now. She'd found a different way to drive out of Longhampton because even seeing the tree made her vision blur dangerously at the wheel. The scruffy little terrier they'd been shown at the rescue centre had been called Dodger, but once he and Ben laid eyes on each other, he was Minton. With his eager eyes and wagging stump of a tail, he looked the type of dog who'd eat a shuttlecock, just to make his master laugh. He'd run through sit, beg and down while they were still talking to the rescue manager. Minton gazed sadly at Juliet from his basket. He was the colour of double cream, apart from one brown patch over his left eye. She'd suggested Patch, or Captain Hook. It had fallen on deaf ears. Minton and Ben were already shaking hands.